All right, everyone. Hope you all doing well. I'm the first participant here. I know Rome wasn't built in a day, so we're gonna start slowly and surely, and who knows how long it's gonna take, and who knows whether it's gonna be whether it's gonna take off or not. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me see if I get my camera here. It's kind of out of focus, but yeah. All right, so let's see what's up. All right, so today I'm going to be doing something here, here, and I'm going to pull up the project management. I think I'm going to do, let's go to GitHub. Plan on doing a few things here. And if anyone just joins, I will maybe hear something, but otherwise, we'll work for maybe a half hour, maybe to an hour, get things going, and then we'll see what's up. Projects. So I'm new to all this GitHub stuff. And I have a couple of ideas on how to kind of set this up. So I hear that OpenChannel.io is now acquired by Stripe. I don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to turn into a paid product or whatever, but there you have it. Currently have Dockerized. I think once it's Dockerized, I need to find a way to install Django, which is this here. And yeah, so I need to have someone create something like Fred Centec. Now they charge by the use, or there's a certain thing here where it's $50 a month. And you can run a few things here. Shared server, shared server, shared server. I guess you get a database. One database one user per day. Qt service. 25 client limits. Not sure what that means. I might test them, see maybe I could just pull together what they have. Might try the $10 a month and see what kind of limitations are there. And then if there is any limitations, I'll pull it off of there. But I already have my own, so I'm kind of like, no red. So I think for now, I might just get started on creating these functions and packages, starting with API. So I think I need someone to do, I'm going to start with Bybit and BitMEX, kind of get those out of the way. So I'll add that as a task. Let's go ahead and get square with the Bybit API create. I'll go ahead and I'm just going to create a bunch of ideas. So they'll do Binance, for Binance. I think there's already one created for Binance that's really old and not maintained, so I don't know if it's reusable or not, but we need to look into that. And after that, I need Binance. I'm going to start creating the genomes. Now, I'll kind of do that right now. Convert to code. It is kind of limited like Trello. Well, Trello is way better in terms of all kinds of cool stuff in there. But anyways, let's go ahead and just add a separate one here. go ahead and create genomes. This is on the paper, there's this genome where you need to create the genome structure. And then based on the paper here. Look at this again. So I need to create this structure there. So I need the node genes, 1, 2, genes, connections, and weights. Node, connections, weights. Yeah, so these are all parameters here. So let's go ahead and create those parameters. So I need nodes. In and out, what's in, what's out. I think that's connection, but that's connect in, connect out. Okay, so that's all. To connection in. It's kind of out. I don't know. I want to make this to a list because this could be multiple going in. Just planning right now with multiple going out too. Wait, and then status in the okay. Status. No number. That's the innovation number. Node 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, the innovation number is the what's it called? The connections. Connection 1, connection 2. So that's 1 to 4. That's a connection. And then there's innovation. So each connection is an innovation number. 2 to 4 is innovation number. 3 to 4, 2 to 5, 5 to 4, and then 1 to 5, and then 4 to 5. Can connect backwards. It's kind of cool. Yeah, yes. It looks like each one has one connection. Yeah, each connection. So there's only, so it's not a list. This is the list. There's no list. Status. Get there. Oh wait, I need to share my screen. Share screen. Okay, there you go. That's better. You know what I'm doing. Okay, okay, cool. All right, yeah, so I was just I'm a newbie Zoom guy. This is my first time Zooming something. So anyways, I'm going over Stanley's paper, looking at creating genotypes. So I think that's what I need to recreate in Node-RED. I'm just kind of laying out what I need. I need nodes, I need in, out, wait, enabled, and innovation number. So enable disabled, and then the innovation number. Connection innovation number. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waits. Connection waits. And that should be the structure. So I'm going to set that one up in node red. And I think that is something I need to do here. Sequence join, C parser storage. And then I want to figure out how to write that into a. So let's go ahead and inject. I think it's called inject node. David, hey David, how's it going? Can you hear me? Thanks for joining. I'm kind of working on the node red right now. Let's see here. Can you hear me? Oh, you're mid. Okay, I missed you. Cool. Hello, hello. David, can you hear me? Oh, you're muting yourself. Okay. Anyways, I'm working on the node red right now. I'm sorting through, kind of come up with a plan on the project management board. And I kind of come up with this, that I need to work on the API for Binance, for Bybit, break down the neat algorithm into parts. So I need to recreate the node numbers right here. So this is here where each genotype has these pieces here of nodes, and they're called node 1 through 5. Oh, they can also be hidden too. Okay. And then, so I need to also connect the connection. So each connection has 5 parts: in, out, wait, enabled, and innovation number. So it's good that I'm kind of doing that right now. So I need to go back over here and edit this because I am not right. Make sure the notes are disabled, enabled. Enabled, disabled. I don't hear you, David. If you're, how's it going, David? I don't hear you.
Good. Yeah, I'm the Duke. You know me as the Duke. Yeah.
Duke, how you been?
Yeah, good. How about you?
Pretty good. Just been working and trying to get things done and innovate. And I just kind of get into the planning stages before, try to recruit some programmers on.
Okay, cool.
What time is it over there?
It's is it 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you working from home now, or are you kind of doing some other things?
Yeah, working from home. So all good. So yeah, basically I'm working through to end of January. So then I'm hopefully I can spend time on my crypto investments and not have to go back to work.
Nice. Cool. So do you have any ideas or suggestions, or are you just kind of along for the ride for now?
Kind of along for the ride. I've been sort of doing different types of trading or learning different things, and I've been quite interesting learning about liquidity zones. So like when the price moves very quickly in the market, how liquidity is left, and typically the market makers push the price back to capture that. So that might be something interesting to consider. But I found the market's very manipulated.
Yeah.
As we know.
I think, I don't know, I feel like if all the markets are manipulated, it seems like.
Yeah.
And we just got to be on the side that we need to be on the manipulating side somehow.
Yeah, or kind of understand how they manipulate it, so maybe we can use that to our advantage.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, have you been following the Market Liberator? It turns out they have a bot now. Are you on that at all?
Or? Yeah, No, I've seen it, but yeah, I thought, oh, it's pretty new. I'll let them iron out
Yeah,
the bug.
I was watching that. I was like, I remember that those issues. It's great for a couple of days, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think they were going the same stuff that we've been through, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm sure they'll figure it out. But I'm glad he tied it. I don't know if the Liberator is tied to that, but I don't know. But I still feel like it's kind of delayed. So.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, I guess I'm kind of breaking down this Stanley thing here. Have you been able to kind of look at this at all, or?
No, actually, sorry, I saw your videos come up, but I actually haven't.
It was kind of long, so I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I saw your message pop up, so I thought, oh, I'd join.
Yeah. Well, it's good to just hang out with you. You can work with me, kind of thing. But anyways, so yeah, I'm kind of trying to recreate this on Node-RED, and I think I need to do some Node-RED training outside of this. But for now, I'm just gonna do some planning on this. Let's see. Am I? Oh no, I canceled my screen share. Am I still screen sharing? No. Okay. All right. So now, then, once I get this done, then I got to figure out how to mutate and add the connections. So I think I got to do an add connection and mutate. So open source here, mutate node. Oh, that'll be the next part. Mutate node and perturb node. When they mutate, they actually add a node or a connection randomly. And I need to figure out how to kind of create a random number generator or something. And then when they perturb it, all they do is they kind of change the weights up and down by a certain percentage, kind of like the auto tuner, I guess. Yeah. And then after that, they would find the best one. They'll test it, find the best one, and then mate it. So we're going to find the innovation number. And the only drawback about this one is it's only as good as the innovation of that you define. But I guess for a game that all they want is more money for the account to grow. So I guess it kind of makes sense for us. But then you apply this AI to like another thing where it's like, hey, do you want to, if you're driving a car, do you want to crash into the granny or the kid? You're like, the innovation is to I don't know, to get there fast and quick, but not, kill anyone, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you define to get there fast and quick, then that's all it knows, and that's all it's going to optimize for. So it's just going to plow right through probably. So yeah. Protecting innovation, and so okay, so there's this innovation number. So they say that sometimes like a small innovation number might not work well, but then you still don't want to kill off early because later on it could still recover and actually be better off. But then you kill off too early, you may never know. So you kind of have to separate the speciations. So it's kind of like get to a lightweight fighter versus another lightweight fighter. And you find some heavyweights, they should, fight with the other heavyweights and, kill those heavyweights off and kind of get the best one. So then they have this thing called protecting innovation through speciation. So I'm going to add that in there. Okay, so what's your background? What do you normally do?
I did communications.
Communications?
Yeah, so mainly like for government type things, but it's more of like radio communications or like police, fire, ambulance.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the two-way radios that they use in their networks and towers and base stations. Okay,
so do you work on like the equipment kind of thing, or do you actually win the contract, or?
Yeah, I look after the level 2 engineering team.
Okay.
So we do a lot of engineering, but to do with power and battery backup and radio base station equipment.
Okay. So
type of thing.
so you just kind of issue an order and say, hey, go fix this or go check this out.
Kind of, and there's a whole lot of, I guess, politics and stuff dealing with the customer, and
Okay. Okay.
yeah. And
Hmm.
then we have a lot of IP backhaul systems, but I have IP engineers that look after that.
Okay. Huh.
Mm.
Do you do a lot of like API connections and WebSocket connections when you guys talk to each other or equipment talk to each other?
Okay. No, it's all sort of proprietary protocols
Uh-huh.
um,
Okay.
made by the manufacturers, unfortunately. And then
Okay.
a lot of like Nokia and Cisco routers.
Okay. So
But
they already
yeah,
established all that technical stuff and you just basically use it kind of thing.
yeah,
That's all.
pretty much. Or like I have teams that will maintain it and so
Mhm,
on. But myself, I wouldn't know how to code
mhm,
or program them,
mhm.
unfortunately.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. I was trying to wonder, I was like, how can we put
Yeah,
David
how can we use it?
how can
Yeah.
we use David in this? We could or do you have like a spreadsheet and you kind of so you basically kind of like a project manager pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of okay. So you kind of just
Yeah.
break ideas down and tell people to do stuff and get them make sure they get back to you on time or something.
Yeah, a lot of like I guess acceptance of new systems and testing and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So
But yeah.
what do you expect this bot to do? Uh, like, do you prefer that you just kind of run it blindly? Not blindly, but like you just hit a button and it goes kind of thing? Or like, do you want to have a lot more control with bells and whistles to make sure like, it has some certain protections and
Yeah,
stuff?
that'd be nice. I guess it's sort of managing, I guess the whole thing is managing risk versus reward
Mhm.
type of thing. And if the bot could do that, or because I'm sort of thinking out loud, just thinking like, because how the market's constantly changing, is sort of like learning and adapting with those changes
Mhm.
would be something important. Because I've been doing a lot of the last month or so, and another group, a lot of doing back testing. So they're writing Pine script and doing back testing, but they find what works on one coin never seems to work on another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what have you heard of Haas Online with their bots?
No, sorry, who's that? Awesome.
Okay, so Haas Online. I started with their bot actually, and I mean it's a pretty solid system. They actually got to a point where you can actually program drag and drop now. When I first started, they didn't have
Okay.
that, so I was kind of part of their beta testing team for a while,
Mhm.
and you could kind of port it just like Node-RED and say, hey, it's all kind of pre-done basically. It's like you just drop in
Mm.
the Bybit or Binance, whatever, goes right in, you can connect to it, and then you can tell what to do. If it has a certain thing, you could trigger a certain thing, and if RSI matches up
Okay.
with MACD, whatever, it just funnels all the triggers into different pipes and ports. So it's just a whole plumbing system of data feeding through constantly, and it's really pretty nice. But when I first did, I was like, yeah, I know. It's just with anything. This is here, whatever they came up with, it's probably it's gonna take months of refinement to actually fine tune it and get it
Mm.
right and kind of thing too. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's good.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's pretty nice. I'm kind of going for something like this, but with a marketplace too. I'm sure there are probably on it where you create something good and
Mm.
then you can kind of resell that script or something and kind of
Yeah.
or help
Okay.
manage other people's stuff. And then you can kind of like manage it, house script, whatever. And then so basically they have predefined bots where you can create the settings, but you could back test, right? Simulate and back test. But
Mm.
every time we back tested it, and then and then we forward run it, and we're like, dude, it changed again, and we're back testing forward. So I started like
Mm.
reducing the time where we were back testing and optimizing it
Right.
every hour. And I could do it down to like every 50 minutes or whatever, but it's just every hour seems good enough, you know?
Yeah.
And so we would back test and optimize like, oh man, there's like hundreds of percent ROI, and wow, this looks exciting, you know. And then you forward test it, and it's like, oh man, it sucks. And you know, sometimes it'll go good for a while, and of course you get the big dip and whatever, and then you know you can't get out in time or whatever, and you get caught up in it too. So that's another one that I created an auto tuner to constantly, you know, change it back and forth to kind of tweak the settings until you can optimize it. So, yeah. So anyways, I'm like, let's just go AI. I'm sure AI can figure that all out too and tweak it. All right. So let's see. Yeah. So it turns out this one, it's kind of, there is a drawback, which I talked about, was the how you define the performance, the fitness score, which I think is pretty straightforward because it's like playing a game. Okay. And it's pretty straightforward there. But it has a drawback of like, you know, like you're playing game, you only push buttons up, down, left, right, A, B, right?
Yeah.
But then when you say, hey, I want 20 contracts, it's like, well, there's no 20 contracts. You need a button for that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so as far as gradients goes, design, we're gonna have to say, hey, push this for 25%, 10%, 50%, 100%. Whatever you want to do, or you know, so we have to predefine these buttons for them. So I think that's I can see that's a limitation that we might have to use your inner, say, hey, only play with this much, and you know, go for it kind of thing. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I need to, since right now Neat is done on it's stored in local memory. I want to make sure that data neurons is stored in MongoDB. Because once it learns, we want to keep growing it. We want to keep propagating it. And then when it was on a database, it's kind of like moving my memory. Have you seen that one movie with the Keanu Reeves where his family dies or whatever? And so he resurrects his wife and his kids as a robot by dumping their memory, and he did a copy of it and then put it into a robot, and he wakes up just like hey, like nothing ever happened, because you know it's just an image copy of your memory. And it's like, it kind of makes sense if it's just a bunch of neurons, right? I was like, wow, that's crazy. So, but you're not really alive, you're just, your memory's still there, I guess. So I don't know, it makes sense. It makes total sense, like in terms of the neurons. So we're gonna put that there, and then I think I need what's it called, a full stack developer. So I need someone to kind of tie these things together. I need someone to tie Node-RED and MongoDB. And you're familiar with Docker? And so they'll package this up into like a Docker image. And so when let's say like a new subscriber subscribes, right? Then we basically go to Headstart, create a server for them, put Node-RED and MongoDB so they can program it, and then you know, drop them a bunch of libraries that we have that they can pre-use that's connected to the AI. And then from there, they'll have basically Node-RED and Mongo that they can modify and tweak, right? But then once they have that, they can then create whatever indicator that they want, and then they'll put that into a API database like Rapid API. So, and then so I need to tie that with Open Channel.io, so that they can kind of what's it called, put their trained AI on the marketplace and say, hey, just give me these two settings and then I'll spit you out you know, a buy or sell signal or something like that. and then it's like $1 a month, whatever you want to do, kind of thing. So and then but not only that, then you can say, hey, I can train my physics AI. You just give me an image of a or a gyroscope sensor of something flying, and then my AI will tell you its velocity acceleration. Just right off the bat, just based on what it learns. Because when you think about like Mario playing the game, it's playing the same game over and over, right? It's pretty consistent. But then you look at physics, that's pretty consistent too. When you just keep throwing a ball, it's gonna do the same velocity acceleration at 9.8 meters per second,
true,
whatever, feet per second, whatever, 32, 9.8 meters per second acceleration, right, of gravity. And so it's gonna learn something that's kind of be like real world stuff that's pretty standard, right? Same thing with propulsion, aerodynamics, radio frequency, and I think it can even go into like IT, what's it called, cybersecurity too. Where you can just monitor threats and whatever, like, oh, this is a fake ransomware or whatever, like kick it out.
Yeah.
And then it can, I don't know, I think we kind of could go on an offensive.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, so I see some physics applications and engineering real world solving problems. Maybe we can start connecting those trained neurons on there. And so I need a full stack developer to kind of put that all together and then tie that. So I think that's all I have. And then I think pretty much other than that, it's just, everyone working on their own Node-RED, getting versed on that and then sharing libraries. And I think we should be on our way to some cool AI trained neurons developed by the community.
Yeah.
And so like, because what's it called? YouTube has this thing here. Have you heard of MQTT?
And you broke up. Have I heard of what?
MQTT.
MQTT, no.
Yeah. So let me check this here. You know how Internet of Things is where you connect to your lights in your house. Is my volume coming down? Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just telling my wife to move the car inside because it's hail coming.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
You don't get tornadoes there, right?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Luckily,
for us,
yeah.
when we get hail, we're like, oh, tornado is coming here. We gotta.
Oh, really? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, like MQTT is basically kind of like a WebSocket of like, let's say a sensor or something. So let's say the RPMs of a motor or the light being on, and that constantly streams into your Node-RED. And so when, let's say, a red light comes on, then it triggers a signal for something to happen. And so you could constantly monitor your sensors around your home, whether it be a bad guy or video cam streaming of someone, a motion sensor that detects something, then it triggers like maybe something to shoot lasers, I don't know, kind of thing. But it basically ties this WebSocket onto Node-RED, and then it can then send something back to that device to do something. And so like you have a robot and you have to solve the control systems, and you haven't solved it yet. You just kind of put a bunch of sensors and it's trying to learn how to walk. It's going to be like, okay, I'm fumbling, and then it's going to send a response back based on that AI it's connected to, and it's going to say, hey, fix yourself, and it's going to solve all that kind of thing, and or maybe use it to like a gun turret or something, zero in on a rat and shoot it. I don't know, or hunting or whatever. I don't know, kind of like so I see some robotic application you could do on that, or connecting some drones or whatever. I don't know. There's probably some military applications on there too. I don't know. So that's kind of what MQTT does. It's a device that connects your sensors onto a subscription where you can then publish that and then tell it what to do to switch it on. And the light service subscribes to that WebSocket. So these are, I guess that's the device that you buy for it or something, and that's how you connect to it. And you set your Node-RED, your MQTT, whatever, and then check it every minute or something like that. So there's a lot of cool things with IoT.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, looks interesting.
all right, so I think that's all I have for today. I think I'll probably just kind of work on what I have, and then I don't know, I might do like a random. I think I should probably do this consistently, at least once a week. Otherwise, it kind of falls by the wayside, and I lose motivation, people lose motivation, and then I'll just post this as a video for people to kind of keep up with the progress and whatnot. And then at a certain point, I'll probably need to go find a full stack developer to help put this together.
Okay, yeah, get the basis down, I guess, of what you want it to do, and then.
Yeah. So how are you as far as like you still trading or manually or still?
Kind of. I've been doing a bit more study and practice into manual trading. I feel like I'm getting very close, but still need a little bit more practice. And it's been a bit of a challenge. I thought, look, I'll try and do it, but it's hard to do it while I'm working and get distracted. So
Yeah. Did you get emotional and everything, and you're like, ah.
It's sort of sometimes like saying like, oh, do I leave it to trust my TA or not, type of thing.
Yeah. You're like, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know, right. But then, yeah, this is one thing I did this pattern, right? And I recognized the pattern. And I'm like, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And then the thing is that pattern happened in like a day. And then when I saw the pattern happen again, it stretched out for a full week. And so I'm like, dude, like, should I sell? Should I just take the loss? And I was like, no. So I mean, I actually held on to it and finally, because I was like, I know I'm right. I've seen this pattern before, but I was like, wow, it got stretched out a week later. And I was like, oh, I hate that. It's like, you see it, but it's just the timing's off, and then, and then when you're wrong, then you're really wrong, or you get scared and you take it, you take the loss early, and then you're like, dude, now you missed that opportunity. So yeah, it's a real challenge. It's a challenge to real. But I see where I think Crypto Face. What I've noticed is that he just kind of waits for a pump, and when it starts pumping, he's like, I'm jumping on, and then he just and then it just keeps going, and then he takes it, and then he's done for the day, and then he kind of he waits for the big moves. You see a lot of sideways stuff. He's not really in it because you really don't know where it's going to go.
For the pumps and
because you wait for the pumps to keep going, and it's those big moves really, and then you just kind of ride on that and just take a break. And I think you just do that. I mean, it looks pretty obvious where it's like, oh, dude, it's going, and it's gonna keep going. They just jump on it.
That's the thing. You think like, oh, is it going to reverse?
Yeah, you just jump on it, and I think it'll go for a while too, actually. And and I'm sure he puts a lot on the table. He doesn't take profit right away, so he's just sitting pretty with lots of money on the table, and you just kind of set your stop profit. So you're set.
Once you're in profit,
yeah.
That's the hard part. Once I'm in profit, then I'm okay. Then take profits and so on. But
and then you're like, oh, should I take it? Should not? Should take it? Should not? Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's good talking to you, David. Well,
good to catch up.
Yeah, thanks for coming on board. Maybe we'll see you again on next week or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, all right. Well, you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thanks. Yeah, same to you.
Okay.
All right. And look after the family.
All right. Will do.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Thanks.